we are back with the fifth episode of the Night Owl Freestyle. We hope everybody's been having a good October. It's just about over. We hope that you guys have got to whip out your costumes and
Yeah.
get lit.
Well, and stay warm. It's
'Cause
getting cold.
It's getting cold. It's finally getting cold.
But you know how we all know how weather in West Virginia goes. It's cold one day, hot, 100 degrees the next day. No, I'm just kidding. It's
Don't
probably about
make
85.
no sense at all.
But yeah, today I wanted to talk about mental health, and Trey wanted to speak about community involvement in success.
Yeah.
But
We
as
got a question from one of our viewers. You know you are.
Yeah.
He had a really good topic that he wanted us to discuss, so we'll try and go over it as best as we can. We'll see where it goes.
But as always, I'm your host Zah,
And I am your host Trey.
and let's get straight into it.
Get right into it.
So Trey, my thought process on the mental health. You know how bad it is anymore. It's hard to do things on your own because you have social media blowing it up in your face. It's like everybody's successful, rich, doing their own thing.
Are you talking about like just the social climate of like the past?
Well,
like,
I'm just saying
years,
life
or,
now.
like after COVID, or
Well,
like,
that
what-
involve it. I'm gonna get to that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm like summarizing it right now, really.
Okay.
But it's like everybody's in the limelight. All you see on it, Instagram, is people doing well. And,
Supposedly.
Well,
doing
supposedly doing well,
Yeah.
yes, of course. But you don't ever see the people going through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's rare to see that. So, and another reason I want to talk about mental health is because I really believe guys should start talking about mental health more than they do.
More than that. Yeah, make it more of a normalized thing for
Yeah.
guys to discuss it with
But
each
it's
other.
like one of the things I was gonna ask you is how important do you feel it is for people to freely talk about mental issues?
How important?
How important
Yeah.
do you think it is?
I think it is probably one of the most paramount things that you need to keep. I guess, you need to keep your mental health as like probably one of the most important things in your life, like
See,
aspects of your life.
My thing is mental health is important, but you also have to have physical health.
Yeah,
Like-
that they play into each other.
The object of life for me is always keeping my physical and my mental at least close to each other,
The balance.
because that's all life is about, is balance.
Mm.
And I mean, I may talk in a way that people don't like to hear, but it's like on a spiritual level, mental health does play a big part in it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people have, I guess, a really ignorant outlook on like being spiritual or like your spirituality.
I wouldn't say ignorant. I think they're just uneducated about it and don't like want to perceive and say, "Hey, I'm spiritual."
They're being closed-minded to it.
Yeah, it's
That's,
just.
I mean, that's what I'm kind
I
of
mean,
mean by
yeah.
ignorant. So,
Okay,
you
okay,
know.
I see what you're saying now.
Yeah,
But when you say ignorant to certain people,
they take it as
they take it as you're being rude.
negative. Yeah,
Or,
which
but ignorance, true meaning is not really knowing what you're
yeah, it's
speaking
just,
of. Or
you're not, you're not versed, on the topic.
yeah, I
Right.
mean But my thing is with guys. I mean, we're both guys, so it's like, why is it that guys continue to keep it to themselves? Like, who started this? Where did this come from? Was it like whenever you fell when you were a child and your dad's like, get up? But if a girl falls and her dad's there, he's like, he goes and coddles her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Takes care of her.
I mean, it gets complicated with everybody. Like, I mean, you're going off of a generalization, which that's all we can do. But
Yeah.
like, I think it's social conditioning. Like, you see movies, like, and it's real subtle too.
Mhm.
Like, you think about like an old West flick or something like that. Just the way that the guys are depicted in movies. Like, we're supposed to be, this individual that doesn't feel pain, that
Yeah.
doesn't, cry, doesn't tear up, doesn't. You don't really get shown that. Like, and whenever you do, it's kind of like taboo. It's kind of like when someone sees that in a movie, they think, oh my God, like, that was so deep, that was so like off the wall, like no one's ever did that before. And it's like, that's kind of weird You know,
No, I get you.
it has to be so strange to think about a guy actually just being,
A normal human.
But which even like me, I have issues doing that, which it's not even that I was raised that way. It's more of just like I said, your societal conditioning. Like before I go and ask anybody else for help, I want to see if I can figure it out all by myself.
Yeah.
Like
See, but I feel like that's a problem though. Like
in ways I think so.
like okay, say it's to like the extent to where you like literally can't do it alone.
Right. Okay, but
Guys are more hesitant still
yeah.
to that point. That's why I think I heard something a while back. I think it's maybe in school. I may be wrong now, but I believe men cause or commit suicide more than women do.
Yeah.
I think that's true. Is
Guys
that true?
guys died well
Suicide.
guys commit suicide like on a much greater scale
And
than girls do.
is that because guys don't talk about their feelings to people? I feel like that may be a cause, though.
I mean, that and how I feel like a lot of guys don't even know how to convey how they feel to other guys. I mean, I know groups of guys that it's like there's a forced, almost like toxicity in a way. Like they're not going to talk about anything deeper than like like taking shots at each other, like trying to undermine each other, and because I've experienced it, just being like myself. Like you catch flack for just being genuine. Like
Yeah.
it's almost honestly just kind of like a trait of our society. Like you're only gonna find a small niche of people that will just accept you. Even if you do, like I still honestly like I've never. There's a handful of people that I know that will keep it 100 with me at all times. Like most people will start to fold, especially whenever they start to think about their own lives and like what they feel like they're not fulfilled in. They might seem like, oh, like I'm gonna I'm gonna be genuine too, up until a point to where they just can't.
They can't do it.
No, the pressure just gets there's too much.
See, I see what you're saying, and I completely agree. But it's like, okay, those people, I feel like the people that you're speaking on, the people that like can't continue to be genuine with you, I think there's just a barrier because of the stereotype between guys is like, well, I don't really want to talk about my feelings.
Yeah. Which I don't have like, I'm not saying like,
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
okay. Right.
I'm just
I guess
saying,
I don't
like,
want it to make it seem like, oh, I'm just shunning people or I'm acting like
No, because I completely understand why people act that way.
Right.
It's just, you shouldn't. But
you should try harder to see. I can't. It's a very complicated topic because there's no straightforward answer. I'm not gonna say, oh, well, then you just need to start being more open to people. Like you just need to start talking about your. It's like, what if somebody doesn't feel comfortable inside?
No, I get that. I just feel like I'm saying, like, if you're to the point to where you need to, you should try and train yourself because I mean, life is just all lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You should try and train yourself to be able to reach out, like find that person that may not end up cracking a joke about you having issues or making fun of you having issues. Maybe you should find that person in your friend group because there's always one. You know what I mean? There's always one guy in your friend group that you can like really talk to.
Yeah.
Like on that kind of level. And it's not to like shun the other people in the friend group. It's just they don't play that role. You know what I mean? Like
right. I like that.
Like a brotherly love role.
Yeah.
Like
even that gets weird for people though. I can sense it. Like
no, I get that.
You know.
I mean, just because it's completely different.
Yeah.
That's not how like our minds are like. It's like instinctive not to talk about your feelings or to cry.
Yeah.
But it's like when you get behind that closed door and nobody's around. That's the true you. And a lot of people don't know the true them. Like because of how they act around their friends, and then it gets so repetitive that it becomes
them.
It becomes you.
Yeah. Which your friend group
Oh,
I'm not saying this
it
to
definitely
you.
plays
Like,
into your person.
yeah, like who you choose to hang out with is who ultimately you're going to end up being just naturally. Like I've done it before myself. Like I've caught myself being a person that I'm not really proud of. Like just because I'm so caught up in the moment of being around people that I think
Yeah.
are successful in social situations. But that ties back into social media. Like with well, if I just keep making this money, if I just keep on like chasing this bag, like
Yeah.
I'll probably start feeling better. Like,
Well, and it's the thing. The thing I think a lot of people feel that being quote unquote famous is great.
yeah, a lot of people assume that
It's I
that's the way.
as my like experience from like what people like what happens to celebrities. It doesn't seem like it's all that great.
No,
I
it's
mean,
almost unnatural.
well, yeah,
Like,
to be the number one person in somebody's like eyes for a certain situation is like,
that would be like millions of people. Like,
yeah,
I mean, humans created the phenomenon in the first place. Like, we created superstardom. We created, you being an icon. You know, in a whole country. Like, not
yeah,
even and now it's the world. Like nowadays, where you can get on Twitter, which like I go and watch a lot of documentaries where celebrities, or I hate to even say that, like really successful people talk about their experiences, like dealing with other people that react to them just existing, like, and how you can wake up and get on Twitter or get on Instagram and you can find thousands of people that hate you and thousands of people that love you, and it's like that's a surreal thing to be able to see. Like
yeah.
you're put in the spotlight all the time. Like you said, the limelight. It's just you're there all the time, and like I know you listen to Cole and how he might talk about, especially in Love Yours. Like I wish I was just broke. Like I wish I could just go back to being broke.
It's crazy to think that way. It's like, cause I mean, I've always lived my life, and it's like money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
I mean, like what you do with your money when you get that successful, most of the people, I wouldn't even say most of them, but a vast majority of them, they, you got to think. Okay, let me say this. Um, it's known that most like successful athletes go broke years after they make all that money
Yeah. I guess I haven't
because
really looked into
because
it.
it's never been like taught to them how to manage finances or how to invest in yourself and make more money off of what you got.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna throw names, but it's like there are people that were in the NBA previously that are homeless now. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Or it's like the people that win the lottery. You know what I mean? And people go broke every time.
I've heard those stories.
And that is an absurd amount of money.
That's I can't even wrap my mind around it. How you win a Powerball, and then within like a year or two's time, you go broke.
Well, that's because, okay, think about it, right? You working day to day. You working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You make a
You used
minimum
to, like,
wage.
That type of.
You're
Type
used
of
to being
lifestyle.
broke.
Mm.
So now you get $500 million, and it's like,
This ain't never gonna go away.
whoa, like I'm never gonna run out of money.
Yeah, like I can't even fathom how much money I actually have
But
right now.
when you start buying stuff and you buying more and more and more and more, and then you start buying stuff for other people, and you continue to buy and give, and your money runs out.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, it's like, say you won $100 million. Me, I would be cool. I could spend $1 million for a year
Every day,
year?
every year of your life, you could spend $1 million.
and live good, like,
Yeah.
and maybe off of that extra 20 million, because I don't think I'm gonna live till I'm 121. So off that extra 20 million, maybe I could make more money off of it.
Yeah.
Maybe I could help my family.
Yeah.
Maybe I could put people in the right position. Like, say my friend wants to start a stream. Maybe I can fund him $2,000-$3,000, get him started.
Yeah.
There's a difference between setting your friends up, setting your family up, and just giving them something.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between enabling people to be the worst
Well, it's
version of
like, I
themselves.
mean, if somebody tells you, I have a dream to do this,
Yeah.
and you're a multimillionaire, which way would you better them? Would you just buy them a house? Or would you buy them something, make them still work? You own half of the property. You make money, they make money. They fulfilling their dream, and you're fulfilling, or you're just making more money, and you're helping them.
Yeah. I guess if I have that much money and I have that many resources, like, if you're gonna want me to fund a venture for you, it's gonna have to make sense. Like, and it's gonna have to be reasonable. I'm not just gonna chuck you, like a
Yeah,
hundred
like
thousand
I mean,
dollars.
like obviously I'd help my friends out.
Yeah.
Like I could give them 10. If I won $500 million, $500 million,
Yeah.
I could throw you 10K and not worry about it.
Yeah. I can
But
agree.
once you start getting to that 50, 100K, a mil, nah, now you're tripping. 10K, you can live good. You can set yourself up for the future.
Yeah, that's a good foothold right there.
Like, but if you get that 10K and then you spend it and it's all gone, and you come to me again and say, "Can I get some more money?"
It's like,
I'd be like, "Nah,
what you doing?
like you did something wrong."
Yeah,
Because you
there
can build a whole brand off 10K.
right. You can start. You can have a successful startup off of that money that I just gave you. So I mean, it's really you have to know what kind of people you could give that money to in the first place. Like, I
Yeah.
know, and somebody's probably gonna be, questioning me for this, but like, I know there's family that I can't give that much money to.
Well,
There's family I can't give $500 to.
let me ask you this. This is gonna be the last thing because we gotta get back to the mental health stuff. Would you tell anybody that you won that money?
No, no.
You just like me, bro. Nobody would know.
I don't trust people
I'd
enough.
live in a little ass apartment,
Yeah.
and I'd be in there day trading crypto. Day trading. Fuck. Living my best life. Not having to worry about nothing. I live in an apartment, 2 bedrooms. I'm cool it.
Yeah. You would not know that I was doing any better than I was previously. You really would be just as clueless.
I might have a better car,
Right.
but if you
It
come in
still
my
add
house,
up,
you gonna
though.
know. But if you don't ever come in my house and all you see is my car, you ain't gonna know. You just gonna be like, damn, Zaire really doing his thing, right? He really working.
I think it's better to be off that way.
Yeah. But no, I feel like another question I had was, do you think it's dangerous to keep it to yourself?
I think it really just does depend, because if you went your entire life always bearing like your issues, honestly, I mean, if you're at like our age, where you're in your like early 20s and you did nothing but suppress, trauma, or just anything that really bugs you, you're probably at this rate taking it out on somebody in a toxic way. You're probably abusing.
Okay, you
somebody
took
in
one of
that
my
way.
points though. I was gonna say that.
Sorry.
No. It's cool. It's like the people like okay. Think the vast majority of people on games.
Hmm.
It's mostly toxic.
Yeah.
You mean like
Yeah,
when
you're
in a
guaranteed to run into some
you're gonna run
toxic
into a
shit.
toxic person.
Yeah.
Or like think of the school bully. Something's coming behind that.
Yeah.
Something is feeding into that for that person to have that much hate.
Yeah.
Towards just somebody that's just doing their thing, playing a game, or doing their thing, going to school. Something has to be playing. There may be problems at home. There may be problems with them, but something is playing into it.
Yeah.
And my thing about is it dangerous to keep it to yourself? I believe it is, because when you continue to keep it to yourself, all you're doing is just burying it more and more.
Yeah. More things that I feel like you don't even understand, really. Like,
Well, and I get what you're saying. You're thinking that I'm saying to tell your friends.
no. Not, I'm not. No, honestly, if you can't trust in your friends or even your family that's close to you, because maybe your family is the one that is causing it. I think the first thing you should do is seek out like a school counselor. Let them know, because
Or a counselor in general.
yeah, but I mean, usually if you're in school, like, as a kid, I didn't know how to go see a therapist. I didn't, I don't have any money, so what am I supposed to do?
Oh, so you're just speaking to like kids?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's more important than anybody right now. Not saying that adults, like, we need to manage our mental health, but like as a kid, whenever, especially you grow up in a broken home where no one's giving you any tips on life, no one's giving you life advice. Like, you need to go and seek faith in, like, in a counselor, in a representative of your school, your principal. Those people are in those positions because they care in the first place.
I mean, I feel like with me, I mean, I used to skip class. You know this.
Yeah.
So I was in the counselor's office every day.
Come in when I was being an aide,
And it was like the days that you weren't there, I would talk to the counselor, like,
yeah,
and just be like, I'm fine, but I just want to know, like, am I doing anything wrong? Like, do you think I could do better? And Miss Byerly, straight OG, I ain't gonna lie, she never told me a lie.
No,
She would
like,
straight
"You're
face
screwing
tell
up
me
pretty
I'm doing
bad."
something wrong, and I appreciated it so much. And it's like, you don't have people that say that to you anymore. Like, people, like, there's a lot of yes men in the world, like, I mean, or people that are girls that like just want to continue to tell you, yeah, that's cool, but it's like, nah, tell me I'm fucking up.
Yeah,
Tell me I'm wrong.
I think it really has just been a continuous circle of people enabling each other to do the worst by one another. Like, I mean, and it honestly just stems back to the way our society operates. Like, you think about in high school. I know we talked about this on previous episodes, like how we didn't really care too much, but we were raised. We were raised to be more capable of being like a lone wolf type, person. Someone who's, you know, thinking
I
things
had
out for
to,
themselves.
like, as a young age, when I'm saying young age, like 13, 14, I had to, like, learn to get it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, go cut grass, do stuff like that. Like, learn how to cook, like, simple things. I didn't, like, learn complex things, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes your parents aren't there. Like,
Yeah.
in some households, they're there all day.
Yeah.
Like, and it's even like, my parents didn't really regulate me leaving the house. Like certain parents do. Like, it would be like, I'm going to Trey's. Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And then I get a text at midnight, where you at? I'm at Trey's. And then they're like, you need to come home, you got school tomorrow. Or I'm chilling with somebody right now, you need to come home. Like, a lot of people, I mean, take my girlfriend, for example. She had to be home at 9. If my mom would have told me I had to be at home at 9, I laughed. Like, you got to be playing. But it's like, I had to learn how to get it on my own. Like, I'm talking junior year of football, or like during football. I go to football practice, and then I go work. Like, it was like right down the street. We was working on a house until like 9, 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
11 o'clock. And I was doing this for majority of the season. Like, it's hard to do stuff like that. Like, because, I mean, ultimately, I just wanted money.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm chasing a bag. I'm trying to get money to pay for the stuff that I want. And it's like, a lot of people don't do that. Like, you don't go through that. Like,
I mean, better than all of us. Not better than all of us, but just as good as all of us, that public schooling is complicated. Before education, before getting good grades,
you're just saying
everyone,
the social life.
exactly. Nobody, that is not priority, and it's set up. That it's set up to where it's not going to be a priority off the bat. Like, teachers like to harp and think that, honestly, like, chastising a kid in the middle of class or something like that is going to help out. It's like, no, you don't realize that this kid is like, before he finishes this test, he wants to make sure that no one thinks his clothes look raggedy, that he doesn't smell
Social presence in school is so important to kids now. It's
than
kind of
ever.
disgusting.
Yeah, and it is.
Because it's like, me, I didn't care, right? I mean, I wore basically the same shit every day.
I mean, but we still had
I had
it
our own
good
styles.
enough, yeah.
Yeah, like,
To
I would come to school matching. I would
yeah,
never come to school
and
with,
some
like,
like
a
crazy
red
off
shirt
the
and
like green shorts
orange
and
shorts or some
but
shit.
you know
Like,
there are kids that
do that.
they do like that's where you kind of base like oh like I can't be doing that shit like
Well,
you
but
know
that's like me. Like, see, I feel like I was different from a lot of people.
uh,
Like, I didn't. It didn't matter if you stunk. Like, I would talk to you.
Yeah.
I just would stay away. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah
just
just I
keep
can't
my distance. But I would speak to everybody.
right
And
I'd be
it's
on the
like
same
a lot of people like really like a lot of people I talk to today are those people that I didn't talk to as much as I talk to my friends.
yeah
Like, I'd say the people that I talked to the most in high school, I may talk to 3 of them. The people that I didn't talk to a lot, but I saw them, and when I saw them, I spoke to them. I talked to them a hell of a lot more.
yeah
But it's like, I don't know. I feel like high school was it was so eye opening to me. Even though I didn't do schoolwork. I didn't care. I didn't. I mean, I'll be truthful.
yeah
Homework, I wouldn't turn in. But then I do good on a test. That doesn't make any sense. You know how many teachers told me that doesn't make any sense? All of them. You're doing good on tests, but you can't turn in your homework. Because I don't care. You're not teaching me anything I need to know for life.
see you had some balls you really did if I would have said some shit like that I would have got my I would have got my ass whooped when I got home. Yeah, aside from like grading and all that, which because that's a whole other story within itself. But like, just going back to the worries of an average kid. Like okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, we came from backgrounds where we might not have had the best out of everybody, but we were still stable enough
Mm-hmm.
to know that we're going to be okay. That we could, we're probably going to go home and things are going to make sense.
Sometimes it don't happen that way.
No, it don't. But we had it good enough to keep up with the social standard in school. Like we felt like we were, like we fit in. Even if we were outsiders in a way, like even if we still did go and talk to everybody, but you still have to have a certain level of confidence, within your being that you can go and, oh, I can go talk to these people today. I can go talk to these people today. You're thinking, oh, well, it's because there ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Internally you're thinking, hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with me, so of course I can go do that. Like, and it's kind of screwed up, but it's almost kind of like we naturally, realistically, we did look down on some people. Not even that we wanted to. It's
Yeah,
almost
it was more like instinctive though. Like,
yeah.
like saying the people that didn't dress as well. Like if you see somebody that's not dressing well, you're probably gonna think like, just initially you're gonna be like, well, they may not have as much money.
Right.
But then you talk to that person, it's like they just don't see any value in carrying themselves to wear matching clothes.
That is true because there are kids that
They have money.
they have money, but they
just chose
just
to wear whatever.
yeah. Which I guess in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. Like,
You got to think. I feel like, see, I never went to private school, but I feel like in public school, it's more like everybody's not wearing the same shit. I mean,
yeah.
sorry, I'm trying to stop cussing. I really am. But a lot like in private school, a lot of private schools have uniforms.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's wearing the same thing, and then everybody is seen as equal. Like at that point, like dressing wise.
It does. It cuts out a problem.
I don't think necessarily it's a problem though, cause
I mean, I'm not saying it's not being substituted by another problem.
I'm sure it may be. I don't know.
I just think,
But it's like you have to think whenever everybody's wearing the same thing, think about, okay, now what's the problem? Well, this person doesn't smell as good as this person. They don't wear makeup like this other person. But when another problem is that a lot of people don't think about is this person's not getting to express themselves through their clothes.
yeah, that is true. It is very important that all people, express themselves, and you feel comfortable and within your personality.
Well, that's like, you gotta think. I've had people like talk to me like even at a party. You know how people dress up for parties wearing skinny jeans, a polo, and all.
Yeah, going crazy.
Me, I pull up just like this. And you know what people say to me? I could tell you laid back. I'm like, why? I said, because you wear the same thing, the same set, like
if you was in normal like public.
yeah, like I'm not coming here to impress.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm coming here to, mommy, get drunk and have some fun. But it's like, I'm not gonna come here to show out. I'm not here to find a girl. I don't care. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just coming to have fun. And like, bro, the amount of hoodies I have compared to jeans, I have one pair of jeans, Trey.
You sound like my brother.
One pair. That's it. And you know I have that one pair of jeans if I had to go do a job.
Yeah.
That's it. Now if I get like sewage or something on it from somebody's busting or something, throw it away, charge them $25 and get a new pair of jeans.
That makes sense. I don't know. We do have very different sensitive styles.
Well, no, you're more like you like to express yourself more. I mean, I feel like I'm expressing myself.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't have that, you know what I mean? I don't have that intuition to go out here and look good, because I don't care.
I think with me, it grew over time, because honestly, if you went back to middle school and saw the way that I dressed, it was a mess. Okay, I throw on like boots and shorts and like
the thing about me in middle school, I was that guy.
Yeah.
I would be wearing khaki shorts and a polo.
Yeah, I mean that's not too bad. You're in middle school too.
But you gotta think, like, I don't own that no more. Like, Trey, I own one polo.
Yeah.
And it's for like interviews or like a meeting or something, or like going to church or a funeral or something, or a wedding. And I wear the same polo.
Yeah.
You can look at all the pictures that I've taken in the past 3 years.
Same polo.
It's the same polo and the same pair of khaki shorts. I guarantee you, bro.
It works, I guess.
Don't nobody ever say nothing. I got one pair of dress shoes, and they're like loft. They're like, you just slip on.
Yeah, like loafers, kind of. Okay. I get it.
Like, I'm not that kind of guy that dresses up.
I get it. I think also my personality's like, honestly, like I don't just have one personality. Like
I feel like
shifts.
most people don't though. Most
Right.
people have multiple personalities.
Yeah.
Not to say you have two different mindsets. There's a difference. Like the multi personality disorder. It's more of a mindset than just a personality. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Like you honestly become
A different person.
a different person, yeah, to cope.
What
Maybe not
we're
even
saying.
cope.
See, I'm trying to like explain to them so they don't think that we're psychos.
Psycho.
Like I'm trying to say, like, depending on the situation or the place that I am, I'm gonna have a different personality.
Right. And that's more of where I attribute to myself.
No, I get that. Yeah.
But I feel like I do it so much that it becomes borderline in a way. Like just that. It's honestly kind of hard to explain. I never really elaborated on it much before. But like, say like okay, we're working on a house or something because we both do work for with our hands. So I'll throw on jeans. I'll throw on old shirt. I'll throw on my work boots, and that's a part of my personality. I might wear I'll wear a hat that it's not a flat bill or something like that. Like my curve hats.
Okay.
But then I might that weekend want to go to some party or get together where everyone's dressing up in like a 1 or 2 piece suit, or something. Or I have to wear my dress shoes and tuck my pants in. I love that too. Like I can go from that to that within hours time. And then maybe I want to switch it up again like the very next day. Like it's like I'm so prone to changing my style based on it's more of like I adapt, the situations, which I need to work on,
I mean, I don't think necessarily you need to work on it. I think it's fine. It's just, I feel like for you, you feel like you need to work on it. I would necessarily say you don't, like, because okay, you have different styles, right? You should be comfortable with expressing yourself however you want to, depending on the situation. Say you're going to a work party, or you're going to a bar, or you're going to a wedding. I mean, like me, I don't think my style would ever be different. Like, not saying it's specifically not ever gonna change, but I feel like for the vast majority, like I made a joke on 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 a game. I was playing a game, and they was talking about like what they dress up for, like their wedding and stuff or whatever. Whenever they have a wedding, if I could pull up in a hoodie, I'm pulling out. Or like, and I was like, bruh, like even if I like passed away, like later down the line, like 60, 70 years later, like I want to be buried in a hoodie. Don't put me in no damn suit.
So you don't know who you're gonna be then.
No, but I'm gonna be wearing the same stuff, bro. I'm telling you, I've always enjoyed being comfortable.
More than anything.
That's the most important thing to me. Cause if I'm uncomfortable with my clothes, I'm gonna be uncomfortable in the situation.
Okay. See, and okay, your perspective just gave me a better perspective because when I talk about how I need to kind of work on it, like when I worked for the Marriott, and I'd have to dress up in, like black dress shirt, black dress pants. I'd go all out if I could, just because. Well, okay, hold on.
So no, I get what you're saying though.
We tuck your pants in, you had to have your
bow tie.
I expect myself. I hold myself to a certain standard, so it's not like, some people would just like wear their shirt untucked and like didn't have it all the way buttoned up. I'm like, in my eyes,
look professional.
Yeah, you don't look as professional as you possibly could. Now, maybe okay. When I said it's a problem, like issue you had to work on, it's honestly just more of like how I operate. Like me, I tuck my shirt in, I button my thing all the way up.
For what I would say for that is more of like a mental barrier for you, because you hold yourself accountable to look presentable.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this.
Yeah.
You are what some people would say
a perfectionist.
A perfectionist, which is not bad, but it's not good either.
At times, yeah, it hinders me because.
But I mean,
I think too much about stuff.
I completely understand. Like you want to hold yourself to such a high level because you know what you could be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I respect it. I mean, I don't do that. Like I'm so serious, Trey. If I have a wedding in like 10 years or whatever it is, I'd love to wear a hoodie.
You're okay. We're going over one thing right now. You ain't wearing no damn hoodie to my wedding.
I mean,
I'm not even gonna give you permission. Okay, not right now.
See,
not
I
ever.
might have to mix it in or something.
No,
get a suit with a hood on it.
I mean, if by that time the style of our society has changed, or if that's like
Well, that's like
groundbreaking, then do it.
the thing about weddings now. It's like you see, like just talking about weddings. I'm not saying that me and Trey are getting married anytime soon.
Yeah.
Just thinking about weddings now,
Like some people.
how many? We ain't gonna say no names. Y'all too young, but we ain't gonna say no names. But like, how many people get married just in casual clothes now? It's so interesting because it's always been personified that the bride has to wear this beautiful ass dress, and the groom has to wear a great suit. Like, you have to think like, now times are changing. I feel like, why you met this person in your regular clothes, most likely, or like clothes that you wanted to show out in. Why are you getting married in a suit that you got to pay $600, $400, $500 for, when you could save the money, meet the person or marry the person in similar clothes that still look appealing?
Yeah.
Like, you still gonna be center of attention regardless. You have 7,000 people here or 10 people here. You still gonna be the center of attention. Why waste the money on it and make the cost of the wedding, which is already expensive, let alone the clothes that you wear, waste the money and buy this expensive thing that you're going to wear one time? Because if I get married, I'm never doing a wedding again. That's it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to get into all that, but it's definitely fueled by tradition. Like, traditionally, man bought some expensive shit, you know. She wore something expensive. He had to as well to balance it out. And then they had to have this extravagant. I mean, but then again, like, think about the people who were at the, you know, I wouldn't say pinnacle, but like at the forefront of society. Like the people who everyone else wanted to be. You think about rich people,
they all dress
wealthy
nice.
people. They have the capability, the ability to dress nice, like.
Even though I think J. Cole dresses the best out of everybody.
He's definitely challenging, you know, the status quo. Which
he definitely goes against the trend every time.
He does. Every time you see him,
he's wearing something different.
Chilling, yeah.
Just like me.
Chilling, or, you know, he might.
I think me and Cole might be best friends if we met.
I think we all get along real well. Honestly, though, like, and you know how much, like, we both are, you know, love J. Cole, but I would never dress like him.
I would.
And that's
but that's because my style is similar to his.
Yeah, it is, and I'm not bashing. I'm not, you know, saying that's just.
That's just not you.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't wear it.
I mean, but people have their own like opinion, or like, I guess you would say opinions on it. You know what I mean? And it's more or less like, you're gonna do you. People make fun of what I wear. Okay. It's like, you can't pull this off, cause you just gonna feel so like antsy about what you're wearing, and I'm over here chilling. And I definitely don't look the best dressed in this party.
I feel it.
But, I mean, we've been going on 40 minutes. So you need to talk about yours, too. We forgot to talk about yours.
Yeah, that's true.
But go ahead and say your last point. What you going to say?
I guess just to end that out, like, just so it doesn't seem like we left it on, you know, like a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Which we can come back and talk about it later too. So
yeah, we could brush back over it, but just to close it out, kind of. Guys, girls, you know, no matter what age you are, you need to make sure that you take care of your mental health before you take care of most things in your life, and
it's so important, man.
It's more complicated than you think, because you know we're sitting here talking, you know, like we have this figured out or something.
I have no clue.
If you feel like you're losing yourself mentally, or like you can't keep up with your thoughts, don't think that's just normal. Like, you know, you're just normally losing your mind. Like, it just means you're neglecting your mental health in the first place.
Well, and I mean, you can feel free to contact me. I'm not the guy to make fun of you.
Like, yeah, I mean,
if you want me to, I'm not gonna tell nobody what you say. I'm not gonna tell nobody like what your problem is. But if you have a problem, you can call me, text me, any time of the day, and I'll get back to you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, this is not easy.
Especially nowadays, in the present day, more than any other, our generation is in generations below us. We are dealing with mental problems like no one, no
No
one
one has
else.
before. And it's like if you like speaking to the older generation, like if you have a child like that's getting to that age like 10, 12, make sure they're okay. Like it's not even if you're a father, like it's okay to talk to your kid and make sure he's all right. Don't don't just personify that he needs to be this rock solid human being because nobody is.
Yeah, don't take your forced ideologies and then just
Put it on
dump
your
them on your
kids.
kid. Like I've seen this so much. I mean, I even have family that
It
they
makes
just think,
things
oh
work.
well, I was raised like this, so you're gonna be raised like this. It's like that's not how we get ahead. That's not how we solve
Yeah.
generational problems.
Well,
Like
also in like I want to challenge people like if you have a decent job, like try and teach yourself, and you have a kid that's maybe 2 or 3. Try and challenge yourself to learn about like crypto or like stocks or something that you could teach your kid because unfortunately school isn't going to teach them anything about it.
yeah, they're
I
not.
mean, you have to teach them your own way. Even if you don't have the time, like take an hour out of your day and try and teach your kids things like that as they get older.
Just something new.
Keep them on
Well,
their
first
toes.
keep yourself open minded first and foremost, and then the people that depend on you, make sure that they stay open minded. Because when you go closed minded and you cut off the world,
You're just a dull person.
that's when you know there's a problem. When your conscious is off the bat like nah, don't fuck it, like I don't want to think about that. I don't even want to be open to that. It's
Yeah.
like that's when you sort of have a hint like okay, like I might need to change a couple things. I might need to work on a couple things. I guess that's going to be the focal point of what I'm saying today. There's always something you can work on.
To better yourself.
Yes. Don't None of us will be perfect, but you always need to check yourself and level with yourself at times. Even if it takes looking in the mirror. That's one of the things that helped me a lot is being able to go like you, and you even said this too, like talk a little bit ago, going and just looking at yourself in the mirror and actually being able to tell yourself am I like
Not
I'm all
okay.
right or I'm not okay. You need to, no one else is going to come along and
Do it for
sort
you.
yeah sort through you lying to yourself or being real like short and like blunt. Like trust me, I wish I could because I care about people a lot, but like when you are actively trying to like shut me out or like put on this like charade, I almost get tired. It's like I already have so much to deal with. You don't have to pour your heart out to me, but like I don't know, maybe I'm getting too deep, but
No, I mean I get what you're saying. I'm sure most people get what you're saying. But it's like I said, like I've always told people, like you can contact me, bro. Like
yeah,
we in this together. This life stuff ain't easy,
yeah,
and
especially
all it does is get harder.
it's only gonna get harder. That's a good point. Like it's only gonna get more complicated as the years go on. This is not going to just sort itself out in some mysterious way. It's like you got to put in effort and will into who you want to be. And as viewers of this podcast, like we're all owls. We're here because we all can relate.
And we're a
Somewhat.
collective of people
Yeah,
now.
we're
Like
all we're in this together. So like Zai said, if you need to talk to him, or me, you don't have just. We'll figure something out.
yeah.
Like, we'll figure out a way to.
But like I just want y'all to know, like this is gonna be the last thing I say for the mental health thing. You can either pressure can either cause coal or diamonds. Pick which one you want to be, and then better yourself off which one you want to be. Cause that
Like that.
pressure it gets to you.
Zai coined that himself. That's his saying.
I'm about to stick to it, bro. Like, cause it's the truest thing that I've read in a long time.
Yeah.
Pressure can
Oh,
make
so
coal or diamonds.
so you read that?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you made that up off the top.
No, it's
I was
true.
about to
It's
just
like
sell
an
it.
actual quote. It's an actual thing.
I like it. All
But
right.
what was you was
Uh, yeah, we're gonna move on. So we had a viewer, one of our close friends. He contacted me and he kind of gave me an idea. He wanted to, he wanted us to discuss success and let me see how I'm gonna word this. Okay. Basically, the question is: does local support, like with your peers, the people in your town, the people around you, does that factor in or like dictate your success in the first place? Like, I might not even be asking this right, but that's
no?
pretty much the
I see what you're
basis of
saying.
it.
So you're basically saying does like local support give you a better chance to make it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
in which I think that's a start.
Which I totally agree to an extent. So with local with like your people you grew up with basically, if they support you and then they truly support you, which is in sharing it to people, talking about the stuff that you do, not saying
Constructive.
day in and day out, just you know what I mean, like actually making a movement to help your peers.
Yeah,
Yes, it helps. Now if you don't have them people, you can do it on your own
yeah,
without them. It just takes a lot longer. That's why, like, whenever I say at the end of the video to share it, I really appreciate it when you tell other people to watch this. Like, that just makes my heart like, I mean,
full.
bro, I'd be so I when I get people that text me, because a lot of people don't comment, they'll just text me, and they say they've been sharing it to people. Man, you don't understand the feeling that I get. It's like wow.
It's like hope, you know.
Like
Shit.
I could really take this to the next level, and maybe I could
Yeah.
put some people on that's helping me out.
Right. It's like fuel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a dream, and you know it's something that you want to manifest until you know you actually get, like you said, that text. Like when you get people, you know, asking you whenever you're gonna do the next, you know, episode. It's just like okay, because your mind doubts you. Your mind doubts itself. You know, like
Yeah, I mean we've had the issues of thinking like, dang, this shit it's not really doing well. But it's like we just started.
yeah,
I mean we just doing this as a hobby. It's not like it's a full-time job. We ain't doing this 7 days a week.
yeah. But
And then we had to stop for a while because we, you know what I mean,
just figuring some things out.
yeah, some things that wasn't going our way. We were just, I mean, taking our time and trying to figure it out and get ourselves back together. That was the main problem with me, getting myself back together.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta just take a step back, but
But with that, I mean, I agree. Like, if you have the support of your peers, that's why I really want everybody that we know to like love this.
yeah. I guess I wanted to ask a question just to, you know, have people think, you know, and have the people who asked and wanted to, you know in the first place. What is your definition of support? Like, what is support to you in the first place?
That's a good question. That is a great question. Because a lot of people is different though. It's like, see, for me, I'll explain it because maybe somebody didn't get it. For me, I feel like support is just, I mean, even this on say I'm just gonna use YouTube for an example. Hitting that like button, commenting, sharing it on Facebook, or taking a screenshot. Like I had a couple people take a screenshot and repost my story, bro. And I'm just cheesing. Like, bro, that's support. Like
Yeah.
you're putting it out to the people that you know that I may not know.
Yeah.
Like, say you may have 200 friends, I got 100. That's 200 more people.
Potential, yeah.
Like, that's great to think. Like, I feel like to me, that's support.
Okay. Wait, and that I agree. Well, I agree. I think support is when somebody is doing something for you that they
That
can't
they
even
don't have
guarantee
to
you.
do.
Yeah, they didn't like. I've had tons of people go out of their way to tell me, what they think. Giving me like their feedback and like you said, sharing when you never thought if it was me, I didn't even know if I'd do that for you. But like, I guess whenever I ask like, what is support to you, I want a lot of people to reevaluate their definition because I feel like a lot of people don't even understand that support they expect or that they have gotten has actually been kind of counterproductive, kind of destructive because sometimes I find that people can't even be their own worst critic. And that's where I feel like me being a perfectionist is very good because no matter how good I
Yeah, you're gonna
do,
criticize you.
I'm always looking for what's wrong with it. Like I know a lot of people who they'll do something one time and then they as soon as they get done with it, they throw it to you and it's kind of hard for me because I don't like to see people disappointing themselves. I don't like to see people down, so it gets tough for me to tell people the truth of what I actually feel. But somebody that really cares about you is going to tell you what they really think without them being demeaning towards you. They're not going to tell you, bro, this is shit, and you probably should stop. Like, you know, that's never good for anybody.
No.
But I know, like I said previously, which I'm going to cut this, short. If you when you're making something, when you're making content, and it's not successful, yet, or it hasn't gone anywhere yet, you need to be looking for both good and bad criticism. Okay, because one without the other, it's just not realistic. I guess so. Like, I'm not some savant that does something once and I'm perfect. You
Yeah.
know, there are people like that, but for the most part, if all you're getting is good feedback from people that you've kind of like banked on just being like, oh yeah, bro, this is it. Like this is good. This is good. Like you need the good and the bad.
Yeah.
You need
Well, that's
pretty
like I
much
had
everything.
one of me and your closest friends told me. He was like, "You got to turn the volume up," because he couldn't hear it on his laptop.
Okay.
I was like, "Man, I don't need to turn it up." Because I mean, I watch every video.
Yeah.
I mean, just to see how, make sure everything is good, and I criticize myself every time I do it, because I can always do something just a little better. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like when he told me that, I had watched it before that, and in my mind it was like good. It's like typical how the volume was.
Yeah.
But then I went back and watched it again, and like I put it on a regular TV setting and I play all my TV shows, which is 23,
Okay.
and it sounds a little lower than it should be. You know what I mean? So I turned it up a little bit today.
I get
Now
that.
I'm gonna try it again and see if it's good this time. Then yeah, I'm gonna leave it this way. But if it's still just a little bit too low, I'm gonna turn it up again.
Okay.
It's like I mean I really appreciated it. I mean, this is a guy that he's one of our best friends. So it's like I mess with him. I'm like, man, I don't need to do that, man. You know what I mean? Just messing with him. But I always love the feedback. Like, even if it's something that you don't feel you're comfortable telling me, like, just tell me. If it don't sound great, say something.
Yeah.
I could always improve it.
Yeah. I mean, with I can only speak for ourselves. I feel like we know when we can sense when someone's being honest. Whenever someone's just saying, okay, da da da, this can be changed. Great, okay, because you are really looking at it with like a real. I know the difference between when someone's telling me something that I need to hear and when someone's taking a shot at me.
Yeah.
When someone,
Yeah, I can understand that.
you know,
It's like he wasn't like really trying to take a shot. He was just literally just trying to give me
Yeah,
negative feedback.
like, bro, I can't hear y'all.
Yeah,
Like,
it's too low. And I really appreciated it. I was gonna tell him today before I forgot.
yeah.
But I'm sure he's gonna watch this and then he's gonna call me. Be like, I told you so. Whatever.
I mean, that's love though.
Yeah, it is.
That's love.
I mean, I really appreciate it. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like that back to the question is the support that we have, I feel like it's good.
We have good local support.
But it could always be better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think, okay, it depends on what you're doing because
this isn't everybody's style.
No, this isn't. In which we have a different objective than people who are out to make new trending music. When you're making music, it's like, it doesn't matter if the people in the town know you or not. It's like, you like my style or not. In which, the people who are interested in this topic in the first place, they make music. So I'm gonna say it is, yes, it's important for the people that are around you to support you. They need to truly support you in the first place because that's where you're gonna get the most grounded opinion from the people around you. But also you need to take chances, I think. Like I myself, I think about, doing music and like dabbling in music but it's like I've already, made tracks, for myself. Not, I've had people produce tracks that I have for myself. But I know that doing that repetitively is not going to take me to
the next level.
No, you need to get out there in like a pub or something. Like you need to go perform on a stage. You need to perform in front of a party. You need to perform in front of a group of friends. Get outside of your comfort zone. That's going to build you. You have to start doing things that you didn't believe that you could do in the first place. Like, like all this. Like,
yeah.
We didn't know we could do all this until we had all this put right here in front of us.
Well, we really didn't know we were able to do this until we did episode 0.
Yeah.
When we did that, I was like, wow.
It was a lot of takes.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, every episode is some takes before. Y'all never see it, but me and Trey will be in here dying laughing.
Just cracking the fuck. I'm trying to get the intro right, and Zod's trying to pick me up, and it's a process. But that's the struggle is fun. Like,
bro, it's so much fun to struggle. When you're struggling and having fun at the same time, it's a great time.
It's good.
But once we get past that intro, I'm telling you, it'll be some gold coming out.
It moves pretty smoothly. But
yeah, it's probably about 4 or 5 takes every time. But they only take 10, 15 seconds every time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
It don't take that long, but still. What we're trying to say is, like, you need to be realistic with yourself, but you got to promote yourself too. I'm not trying to just say something that don't even make any sense, but like,
okay. The thing that I feel like Trey is trying to say is you can't have overnight success.
Right.
So it's more or less like, I mean, take us for example. We have 30 views probably on average after the first episode. So it's like me and Trey, it's like we got in our head. Like, I'm sure Trey did too. I got in my head and was like, dang, this stuff might not work. But then I'm like, but I have fun doing it, so who cares?
That's a big thing too. Like, but they all play into each other, because if you have too much of one, then you're gonna start screwing up. Like, if you think, okay, I'm doing this, I'm having fun. People are telling me that it's not good, but I'm just having fun. Like,
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Right now, I mean, I'm not. I'm just giving perspective. Like, just saying. Like, for example, if you have such a big head and you think, well, I'm just having fun and I think it's good, then it's great. It's like, no, like, take a step back. Like, if you're not really getting the
recognition that you believe you should
be getting, then you might need to try and do something. It's never the way you discover new things and new trends, and maybe even the next big thing, is through trying things that you've never done before. and that you don't have to you don't have to stream it to everybody. You don't have to like put it out there in the public. Like
Do it for
maybe
yourself.
yeah, you might have to cook a little bit in your lab and do. Huh.
He ain't talking about drugs.
Yeah,
You
no,
know, he's not talking about drugs.
I'm not going that
I'm
way,
just
but
gonna put a disclosure. He's not talking
I
about
thought
drugs.
about it as soon as I said it. But you might have to be off to yourself and really experiment. And then as you figure things out and make new things, like, you know, show them to people. Look, I'm not even an expert. I'm not no expert on none of this. So, you know.
Well, I feel like what Trey's saying is like, okay, don't just drop it on. Okay, say we're speaking on music, people. Don't just drop it on SoundCloud.
Right.
Make the song, listen to it for about a couple weeks. Have your friends listen to it that are going to tell you the truth.
Yeah, maybe tune it up. Like,
And
rehash it. Writing is rewriting.
Yeah.
Don't just have one draft of something and then go all the way through it and then just decide, oh, well, that was just the best I can do. Like,
Well, I mean, you have to think about it in another way. It's like, how often do you think somebody that makes music for a living makes a song that just is an instant hit on the
Right.
first day of them recording? It's probably very rare.
yeah, it is rare.
They most likely spend week to 2 weeks on this song.
That's why it takes so long
perfecting it.
That's why it takes Kendrick and J. Cole so long to
Because
make albums.
most of their albums are most likely, to their mindset,
Yeah.
it's as close to perfection as they can get.
Yeah. It's as good as I've through all of my hard work.
That's as
And
good as I can get it.
That's the best idea I have for it. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard my favorite songs in the process of being made, and they sounded completely different than they
Ridiculous.
did whenever they were first being executed. It's almost kind of like, how is it possible to even make the song that I love when it sounds like this? It's like going back to rewriting and looking for things you can do better. When you're being grounded with yourself and you're being realistic and you can actually say, okay, I can do this better. Then you go back and you figure out a groundbreaking way that might lead into something else groundbreaking that might change the entire song. The entire song from the beginning to the end might flip completely. That's not a bad thing. It's just, are you willing to put that much passion into it? Are you willing to put that much work into it? And asking not people that you know are going to be more inclined to just tell you, oh yeah, bro, that's good. They might just be telling you that because they don't want to hurt you. Maybe go ask somebody that you know is more abrasive. You know is more prone to say, oh, well,
that's not okay.
It's not all right, or it's okay.
Well, that's like, okay, let's speak off an example. We made 2 episodes. We made 3 episodes. Each 1.5 hour long.
Yeah.
That we just deleted.
Yeah.
Because
we made
me and
we deleted.
Me and Trey went back and listened to the whole thing and was like, that's not
good. They don't cut it, yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying our formula is great. I feel like our formula is okay.
Yeah.
It can always get better.
Something to build off of.
I feel like we should always have, like, once we get, like, if we get bigger, say we have 10,000 subscribers or something, we should have a quote of a day. And we should just take something that a commenter commented off of a quote and have a TV screen or something that you could see it. And just have that quote. Talk about what that person said. And then get back into the regular podcast. You know what I mean? Or you could have, if I have to look something up, boom, the TV's right there and you can see what's on it from the camera. That would be great. But we don't have the, like, you know what I mean? The people, like, the necessarily, not saying we don't have the people to do it. I'm sure we could get people to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
we're just not that.
We're not that ahead of the game right now. We're still learning.
There yet. Yeah. And that's okay.
And that's the thing that's like with processing, like making music. It's all a lesson. And life is a complete lesson, and you have to understand that. Like, your day-to-day life continuously changes. Like, nobody on this planet lives the same way every day.
Yeah, it's the
6:01, I go to the coffee shop. 6:02, I catch the bus outside the coffee shop. 6:15, I'm at work. Nobody lives like that.
yeah.
It's different every day. You see a different person when you walk into work. You see a different person when you drive to work. How many times have you ever seen the same car drive next to you when you're headed to work?
Yeah.
Probably never.
It's always gonna be something different day to day. Like
Life is always a lesson, and you have to take everything that it gives to you and learn from it.
that, which is some really good points. How if you're somebody that's just focused completely on like your craft, I respect it, but even that's just like this. Like before before me and Zai can be the best we could possibly be for this,
We have to better ourselves.
yeah, we have to be better in all aspects of our life, just like everyone else needs to be. You can't be screwing up, not taking care of yourself financially if you're an adult. Um, spending money on things that really, I'm not gonna get into things because they're opinions, but like if you're not taking care of every aspect of your life, you're not going to shine in one. You're not gonna blow it out the water if you think I'm creating the best music out here supposedly, but at the same time, I'm not fulfilling myself in my career. Because that, a, a hobby and a passion is good to have. I think everyone needs to have one. But the minute that you make that,
Your job.
yeah, your job, like it's whenever that's all you're clinging to. I mean, I feel like it's honestly kind of self-destructive and toxic.
That's and I'll tell y'all this. Why this is why I feel like I understand or I completely agree with Trey. This podcast is a hobby. This is not me
Yeah,
and
it's a hobby
Trey's
for us.
job. So
We don't bank on it to
this
take
is
care of
we
us
are
for the rest of
not.
our lives.
Our goal in this podcast is not to make money. It's to get me and Trey's open mindedness together, talk about some stuff that most people won't talk about,
Yeah. And
and
then
have fun,
have fun.
and then
Have
show
fun
it
with
to
y'all.
y'all.
Have y'all give us your feedback. Like.
But
Then,
I mean,
when we're not here, it's hustle and bustle of the rest of trying to keep our lives on track, like as
yeah.
everyone should. Like, but it's confusing, honestly. Like, I'm gonna cut back more to the question. Like, I feel like we have a lot of SoundCloud rappers, a lot of you got like Lil Pump and people like that they'll put out something that because it's trending. Like, and I feel like a lot of people think, okay, well, I'm gonna do something that is trending, but then add like my own little flair to it, and it's gonna blow up just like everybody else. It's
But
like
you don't want to do that though.
exact
Be
that
yourself.
yeah. First and foremost, you have to make sure what you're doing is true to yourself. I know damn well if someone shows me, just another like trap rap or like, what's like what is popping on the mainstream. I'm honestly probably gonna shut you out, faster than, me listening to your whole song because I know that you're only doing it because you think it's going to get you famous. Like, I have no respect for stuff like that. Like if I that and when you're not giving me like anything to anything for like food for thought. Like if you get on a track and you start talking about the same shit everybody else in the mainstream is talking about, like, bragging about some shit, like telling me about some possession that you have, like, great, that's awesome, bro. Like, you are no different than anybody else.
Exactly. Separate yourself.
You
That's what
have
makes
to.
that's gonna make you richer in your mind.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, just like on the mental stuff we were talking about, doing your own thing and doing it your own way, and then now you're showing people like, hey, you don't have to do the stereotypical rap that everybody around here does.
Right. Because that's all literally no bashing, not trying to bash nobody or down nobody. I done heard the same shit so many times. I'm sick of it. Like, it makes me hard to be open to new
Well,
people's
and
music.
most people, I'm really not bashing people, but a lot of people that rap this day and age rap about untrue things.
Capping.
I mean, I don't
Cap.
like it. It's dumb. But I mean, you make your money how you make your money. I'm not gonna tell you how to
I'm
not
not
do
gonna.
it. But I'm
Don't
just gonna
expect
tell
me
you,
to.
in the long run,
It's
it's
not gonna
not gonna
last.
work.
It's just like
That's just like, I mean, fast money don't stay forever.
no.
And if you're doing another thing I want to say on this to finalize what I have to say, if you're doing the rap or you're doing something like what me and Trey are doing for money,
You already screwed up.
you might as well not do it
Because you're gonna be disappointed
because the
off the
money
bat.
doesn't come for a long time.
Not unless you. Who knows? Like how you said, life is
I mean,
honestly
yeah, I
changing
mean, like,
all the time.
to be honest, me and Trey could blow up one day. I mean, and then now we making money off of it. Like, but I'm not looking for that day. I'm just
Yeah.
using this as a hobby to talk to my friend Trey. But I wanted to let everybody know, and I wanted to let Trey know. Maybe in the next month or two, so either November or December, I was wanting to upgrade the mixer, and then we can start having guests.
Yeah, I think that's long due. We got a lot of people that
Because we just
apparently
need,
want to be on the show.
what I want to get is just a 4 mixer amp to where we can have 4 mics, just in case we have 2 people come at once,
Yeah.
and then we can have fun there.
Okay. And I'm down with that. I agree. But disclaimer right now. Look, there's a system that we're doing this. It's not just we're picking who we want on first. You know,
It's gonna go off the topics.
Yeah. Well, that and it's a cute. Like whoever asks me first is who's coming. It's first come first serve. It's not. Oh, come on, bro. Like I got this, and that. Like you know, there's got to be a system. So we're sending a request, and then we'll get back to you on whenever you will be on. Don't harp every week. When am I gonna get on? When are you gonna let me come on, bro? Chill. We're gonna figure it out. Everyone's gonna get their turn. Just
Yeah, we'll make sure everybody will get their turn. It's just another thing I wanted to say is if we start bringing people on, me and Trey have discussed, we are going to try and limit cuss words.
Yeah.
Just because it's like
it's just better for the podcast.
Yeah, it's a better personification of the podcast.
Exactly. Don't come on and
don't
trying to be the biggest fucking clown.
Yeah,
like
and
excuse my language. Like
if you do the rap stuff,
don't
if you rap,
like, we'll
shout you out.
Yeah, we'll promote you.
We're not gonna be here talking about your rap all day.
Yeah, no, we're not.
I just want to let people know if you're doing something in life and you want to talk about it to just me and Trey and not to the podcast, we can talk before. But we will not be just boasting about how much money you made, how many views you getting. We really
this ain't a clout room.
It's not. It's not the fact that we're not happy for you. It's just we don't really care.
Yeah, like we're all here for perspectives. Okay, we're here to give each other perspectives and to take from y'all, circulate it. Okay, like we're not on here to try and be the most funny son of a bitch in history. Like just say the most controversial. Like as soon as you do that, trust. We're cutting it out.
Yeah.
You're not coming on here
like if you come on
to
here
make a fool of yourself. Okay.
and
A lot of people seem to have got that twisted. Like I'm gonna come on there and just say some old wild shit. Like you're really not though. Like you think we're just
like
letting anything fly?
We know these people.
Yeah.
So if they come on and start acting out of character, I will gladly tell you. No, I will gladly tell you. Either you can leave, and I'll delete it, or you can realize that you can act like your regular self.
Yeah.
And talk to me and Trey. I'm not here to BS with you. I am here to have a decent podcast, make some people have an enjoyment for about an hour and a half, and be done.
Yeah. So
that's all I want to say.
We're just
I'm
letting
just
y'all know
giving
right
everybody
now.
heads up.
It's not about to be no coming.
You don't own this
I'm
podcast.
running the show. Yeah, like we have a system and we're going to stick by it. Things are, you're not trying to get too serious, but it just seems like a lot of people seem to think that
Or there are a lot of people
this
who are
is a joke.
excited
Yeah,
to
it,
get
I
on,
it is,
and
and we love it.
I'm excited to have people on here too, just to have different conversations.
It'll be fun. Yeah, I think it'll be real fun.
Some of them will be funny, some of them will be more serious, but
And we want those both, but keep it grounded, okay?
yeah.
We don't we already deal with enough bullshit in our lives, so just with that. But
Yeah, but I mean, we've been going for an hour and 20 now, Trey.
okay.
So we could pick up on what we were talking about.
I think
in
I
the
really
next
like
one.
someone asking for us to have a talk.
Yeah, I
to
do
talk
like
about
that.
it.
So like, if
It
you
really-
guys want to comment or just text us and tell us what you would like us to talk about, like if it's a problem that you have or like
yeah.
something that you feel is wrong, you could text me or Trey and let us know what you feel. I really appreciate that person putting this stuff in.
Yeah.
And we're never gonna say your name unless you
Yeah,
want
we
us
won't
to.
put you on blast like that. I wish there was a way we can make it anonymous, but we don't really have that worked out.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna figure out along the way. I mean, honestly, I hope that no one would feel like they're too embarrassed, to tell us about something that's on their mind. But if there is if there is something that you want us to talk about but you want to keep it anonymous, reach out to us, as yourself, and just tell us that, hey, I got something I want to talk about. Is there a way that I could possibly send it in, without it being known? We'll try and figure something out. Okay.
Oh, and I really appreciate the person that commented in the last video and told me what effect I was talking about. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
Because I was like, it was on the tip of my tongue the whole time, and I just kept saying the wrong thing. But I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we need that. But
Yeah, but this has been the
Like I said.
5th episode, and I want to close it out and tell you guys to have a good rest of your week. I believe we're gonna either post Thursday or Friday, depending on me and Trey's schedule, because life is a little hectic right now.
yeah,
But yeah,
maybe sometime this week. Maybe
sometime this week.
either
It'll be this week.
Yeah, we'll try and get 2 out, which we should definitely be able to do. But as always,
well, no, I want to do something
What?
because I want to see who watches the video. You know what I
Okay.
mean? 'Cause some of them people, they just be watching it and
Some-
skip it through. Comment Cole or Diamonds. Hashtag Cole or Diamond. Because which
Okay.
one do you want to be? And then
Okay.
let me know which one you want to be. You know what I mean? Because some people might want to be Cole.
yes,
Cole is a power source.
See,
Okay.
I was gonna get into it again, but
All right, guys. We'll catch you later.
hey,
And y'all have a good one.
have a good one.